So you're going to get a new roof and everybody's told you you're supposed to get 3 bids. You're supposed to make sure licensed, bonded, and insured, and that's going to protect you. Well, none of that works anymore. Let's talk about it. Hi, this is Jim Singletary at RoofSmart, and we're going to talk about why licensed, bonded, and insured doesn't mean squat for you. In the state of Washington, what you need is to be licensed, bonded, and insured. That's just the baseline law, and that makes sense. And one of the things that is a common misconception is that that actually means anything for you. You have city licenses and you have state licenses. All right, so your roofer is supposed to have a business license in your city. If they don't, that means they don't pay their taxes. That means that they've never done a job in your city before. Generally, it means that they're not very well established and don't play by the rules. So good for you to know. All right, state license. They're supposed to be registered with the Secretary of State, like have a business license. That's pretty easy to do. Then they're supposed to be registered with the Department of Labor and Industries. That's where you get your contractor's license. What that means is that they are allowed to be a general contractor or specialty contractor. And they're allowed to have and make contracts with you, the public. Well, let's talk about the qualifications to be able to do that. Let's say that you want it to be a general contractor and a licensed, bonded, and insured home builder, general contractor. Right? Somebody that can do high rises. Guess what the qualifications are? You pay, I think it's $164, and you get a bond, which will cost about $200. There's no test, ever. There's no experience required, ever. There's no protection whatsoever and no guarantee or even the suggestion that this person actually is qualified and knows what they're doing. You yourself watching this video, within 24 hours, if you're motivated, you can be a custom home builder, totally legitimate in the state of Washington. How do you know if a roofer is qualified? Well, number one, check out their portfolio. Do they have demonstrated that they've done work like yours before? Like anything, if it's the first time you've done something, you're going to screw some things up. If it's the 10th time, hopefully you've learned some things. And if it's the 100th time, it should be kind of by the number. You can ask how long it's had the same ownership. There are a lot of companies in this market that have sold to private equity, right? So the name is there, but it's like the cut flowers analogy. If you've got a beautiful tulip and you cut it, it's sort of cut off from what made it what it is. You've got all the major roof manufacturers, whether it's a flat roof, shingle roof, or whatnot, basically have preferred contractor programs. And what that means is that they prefer you hire them. A better installer is more likely to set their product up to perform, as advertised, so to speak. So if you have somebody who does a hack job, they'll sell the product to them, but more likely than not, it's not going to work the way you're supposed to. Certainty, for example, they've got their 5-star warranty. Well, they also have 4-star, 3-star, and no star. There's differences in what you get for each of those based on how qualified and certified the contractor is. So you'll get a better warranty. In other words, they're more preferred because you're more likely to get a quality result. All right, so is it worth it to you to hire a more qualified roofer? Well, let's talk about why it would be. If you want to get what was advertised, right? If it's supposed to actually hold up the way that they say it will. If you want to deal with a contractor, maybe that's still locally owned and operated, and ideally still run by the original founder. And I guess the most important thing is if you hire a qualified roofer, you're less likely to have a problem. And because you're less likely to have a problem, they're probably going to offer you a better warranty. Let's say that you've hit the trifecta, right? You got somebody who hasn't been in business that long, they run out of their apartment, and they subcontract everything. Why does that matter? Well, why that matters is there's just nothing there. Let's say that they collapse your house or whatever, right? Imagine something terrible happening. They could drive a truck into it, whatever. Yeah, you can go after insurance, but you're still left with the problem. And God knows how insurance is going to treat you, okay, especially if they've closed. And what if you're the second claim, right? They've already had one other or two others. They're gone, insurance is canceled, pay your money and take your chances. So if you're picking up what I'm putting down, you're liking this kind of content, please like and subscribe. We put out videos once in a while if we think we've got something worth saying. And definitely check out the website at getroofsmart.com. Thanks for watching. It's been fun. Let's get together so we can nail it.